Introduction. For all human beings living in existence, the rights are necessary for their economic development and prosperity and harmonious living with other neighborhoods in the world. The three main rights available to the citizens of a country are human rights, fundamental rights, and legal rights. Human rights pertain to the rights through which an individual can enjoy a just, fair, and free life, whereas fundamental rights are unique to any country which supports the democracy of a country. Legal rights, on the other hand, are those bestowed onto a person by acts and are statutory in nature, and they can be repealed by another act subject to approval by parliament. All the human rights which are available of indivisible nature, whether they are civil rights or political rights. Human rights entails both rights and obligations. States assume the obligation and duties under international law to respect, protect, and fulfill human rights. The obligation to respect means that the state must refrain from interfering with or curtailing the enjoyment of human rights. The obligation to protect requires the state to protect individuals and group of individuals from human rights abuse. The obligation to fulfill means that the state must take actions to ease the enjoyment of human rights to all the individuals and the group of individuals. Human rights, the importance of human rights, which are mentioned in the Constitution of India, is that every person has the right to enjoy his own mental and physical aspect of the concept of human right is based on the principle of human solidarity, non-violence, and the mental respect of all the rights given by the Constitution of India. The universal rights that any human being should possess are human rights. In the Universal Declaration of Human Rights Charter, the United Nations describes human rights as the rights inherent to all human beings regardless of race, sex, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. Human rights includes the right to life and liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to work and education, and many more. Everyone is entitled to these rights without discrimination. Some universal human rights include the right to education and to reap the rewards of freedom of culture and of scientific advancement, the freedom to operate in equal and favorable terms, the right to social security, to an acceptable standard of living, and to the best attainable physical and mental well-being levels, etc. Human rights thus are those which, considering their nationality, faith, age, race, are intrinsic to all human beings. Human rights under the Indian Constitution. The human rights which are classified under the Indian Constitution are as follows: the right to equality and freedom from discrimination, the right to life and liberty and personal security, freedom from torture and degrading treatment, the right to equality before the law, right to a fair trial, right to privacy, freedom of belief and religion, freedom of opinion, right of peaceful assembly and association, right to participate in government, the right to social security, the right to work, the right to an adequate standard of living, the right to education, the right to health, the right to food and housing.